research is tough. There's a lot of setbacks when you're investigating a problem. First went to the research lab to study lung scarring, and had an idea that there was maybe one molecule that was very key to driving this. And I spent a year looking at the wrong molecule. And I was so disappointed at the end of this year. But that year taught me a really important fact that allowed me to identify a molecule that's very important in driving scarring, not just in the lung, but in other diseases. It was really humbling because there's so many pieces to the puzzle. But what I've learned is you just have to have one piece to that puzzle. And then if we can communicate with each other and we can cross disciplines, we can bring in all kinds of expertise to make a bigger step forward. We had people who were experts in liver disease helping us, and we had infectious disease experts and pulmonary experts helping. So we were able to switch on and do clinical trials in just a few short days, where that process might normally take weeks or months. You know, we have a medical center right next to some of the basic science, and that makes it much easier just practically to collaborate. And you bump into your friends in the corridor and you can exchange ideas over coffee, and that's kind of what makes things go faster. Funding is very tight in healthcare and research in general, and so these funds are really important because they let people do unusual things or innovative, off-the-wall kind of brilliant ideas where you just have to test them and you don't know if the answer is there or not. But it's these kind of big leaps that really advance fields forward. It's also very important to bring people with all kinds of different backgrounds because we all have different ways of asking questions and then answering them. So when I think of teams, I think of our bench research in the lab, I think of our clinicians, and I think especially about our patients and their families, and I think about donors. I think about they're all part of the team who provided some of the resources that we need to answer really important questions. And it's really a very rewarding part of my career. I couldn't imagine not being part of a team, and at the center of that team is the patient.